I honestly forgot how savage this part of Attack on Titan was. I remember reading this, but I just forgot how brutal it was, especially seeing the mother just getting nibbled on by the Titan, and you just see the little girl lifeless. Like, she's just staring straight down, lifeless, and you're like, yo, oh my god, like, that's gonna really mess with that girl's head when she gets older, because, I mean, she was just sitting there hearing her mother getting eaten alive, and she couldn't do nothing. She couldn't do nothing at all, and you're like, yo, that is some fucked up shit, because when you see Sasha come in and try to save the girl, she has this big-ass axe, and she's trying to go ham on this Titan, and she can't really kill it because it keeps regenerating. It just really hits you right then and there that the little girl couldn't have done nothing at all to save her mother. I mean, there was nothing she could have done. So, when you see that image with her just sitting there, waiting to probably accept her fate, she's just looking over and all that, I'm like, yo, like, that is just so brutal. But then, when Sasha was having her flashback, that was Death Flag Central, because when there's a flashback, okay, in a series like this, usually that's a death flag. Like, that character is probably going to die in the exact same episode towards the end. And I know many anime-onlys most likely were watching this episode and like, no, don't do that to my Sasha. I know many were probably thinking that because of the flashback. When we get a flashback usually in a series, usually it's setting up for that death. And when you saw Sasha just go in, she goes savage mode with an arrow, she just throws her fucking mo, goes in, and she gets grabbed. I bet many are like, oh shit, she's dead as hell, but then she slipped out because of the blood. I just really love this episode and the way it was animated, because I remember this now after thinking about it. I remember this from the manga, but the way this episode was done, it was just so much better. It gave so much more life to this scene from the manga, and I'm just happy to see that, because in all honesty, it captured that brutality of the moment, but also the struggle and what Sasha had to do and how she had to overcome some of the things that were faults within herself. So this episode was a Sasha episode. That's exactly what it was. I mean, the beginning kind of lets us know that Pastor Nick, you know, he's someone that knows a lot, and, you know, they're taking him out in the middle of the combat zone to where he can see what's going on, for he might say something. But overall, besides that, besides the, like, final minute of the episode, it's pretty much a Sasha episode, kind of diving into her character, giving her some characterization, and also allowing her to develop as well. We get to see Sasha's father, we get to see, you know, her hometown, and kind of how much she has changed since, you know, 3 years ago. And Sasha has to confront her fears and stand up to a Titan by herself while she doesn't have her normal gear to be able to save this child. It was a really good moment. It really captured Sasha's character. Like, the way this episode was done, it really captured it, and I was proud of what I saw. Now, besides all of this, let's just talk about the music for a second, okay? I think everybody knows by now how much I love Attack on Titan's, you know, OST. But the music in this episode, oh my god, that was just so good in some of these scenes when, you know, there were some desperate situations, like when Sasha was trying to get there to the village real quickly, or when they were running away and all that, you know, she was lifting up the child on top of the bridge. There was just some really good moments with the music, and honestly, I cannot get enough of it. I really love Attack on Titan's soundtrack, and just hearing it once again, it just gets me jumping for joy and all happy. And let's not even get started on the opening song. You know, as I've already said, I already like the opening song for what I said my first impressions of Season 2. But damn, that opening song is just so good. Oh my god, like, it's so good. And so is the ending song as well. But, anyways, though, getting back on topic, Sasha survived. Despite all odds, Sasha survived, which was a very unexpected moment. And if I'm correct, now don't quote me on this. Do not quote me on this. But if I am correct, I feel like, or I think this is where the mangaka wanted to kill Sasha. Like, there was a point in time in the earlier portions of Attack on Titan where, you know, the writer of Attack on Titan wanted to kill off Sasha. He was actually going to kill off Sasha, and apparently something happened with the editor or whatever that caused it to where Sasha didn't die. And I believe this episode, like this moment with Sasha, I believe she was supposed to die here, but the mangaka changed his mind because of the way the editor talked him out of it. I feel like that happened. I could be wrong here, don't quote me on that, but I believe this was supposed to be the part of the series where Sasha was going to die. But, the writer actually got talked out of it. Regardless, though, I'm glad Sasha lived, because she's personally one of my favorite characters. I've always loved her since she became Potato Girl in Season 1. I remember watching the first season, seeing her just chewing on a fucking potato, and you just see the man walk up, he's like, what you eating there? Like, what you doing? And she's just sitting there munching on a potato. I just had a good laugh at that time. I remember just loving her character because of what she was doing at the beginning of the series, and so I'm glad to see she survived against all odds in this episode, and she got development on top of that. Now, with all these happy moments, technically since Sasha was able to survive, there was some sad moments. Obviously, the little girl lost her mother getting nibbled on, in the middle of the episode, which is holy shit. And then you saw the girl actually survive, which was a good moment too. I'm glad she survived, but she's gonna be mentally fucked up in the future. So we move over to Connie. So Connie has like the final minute or minute and a half of the episode, and he rushes to his village, which we were already under the impression that his village was pretty much dead. Like, we were already under that impression because of last week's episode and the way it set it up. So Connie's village being kind of there still was probably very slim. When he gets there, obviously, village completely fucked up. You see it's all destroyed and all that, so obviously Titans have already been here. But there's something very interesting about the finale of the episode, which I'm not going to dive completely into until next week's episode. The Titan is laying in Connie's house. And apparently, from the way the Titan is, from its legs and arms, it doesn't look like it could have walked there, like it could have gotten here in the first place because of the structure of its body, which is very strange because the way it's in his house, you're like, how could you get there? Like, what happened? Did someone push the Titan in there or something? Did, that Beast Titan come out of nowhere and push, the Titan inside of the house? There's a lot of questions there because there's just no way that, Titan could have gotten inside of Connie's house like nothing, like, just walk there because of the way its legs are. So one of the only things you could assume is that the Beast Titan most likely put it there or something when he was going on his rampage. Something like that might have happened. So regardless of all that, though, the episode was really good. I liked how it dived into Sasha's character, gave her some development, didn't kill her off, but now it looks like we're going to be having a Connie episode next week. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I love you all so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.